3:47 a.m. The only light in the room comes from a terminal screen propped on a hospital tray table. You are 58 years old. Net worth, $340 million. And right now, none of it means anything, because in 4 hours, the board votes on whether you keep your seat, and you're too afraid to sleep in case you miss the call. This is level 7. But nobody arrives here by accident, and nobody leaves untouched. So let's start at level 1, because there are 7 levels in investment banking, and by the time anyone reaches the top, 94% of the people who started beside them are already gone. Not all fired. Most just disappeared. By choice, by burnout, or by something worse. Age 22, analyst. You just signed for $135,000 a year, base plus bonus, more than your parents made combined at your age, and you felt invincible for exactly 11 days. On day 12, it's 2 a.m., and you're formatting a pitch book font, size by font size, when your VP calls. You. Yes, you. This deck needs to be flawless before market open. I don't care that it's your sister's wedding tomorrow. The structural problem isn't the hours. It's that the hours are the point. 90, sometimes 100 a week, by design, not by accident. It's a filter built to remove anyone who won't survive levels 5 through 7 anyway. The personal cost. You miss the wedding. You miss the toast. You send a card, and you tell yourself next year will be different. It won't be. About a third of analysts don't make it to year 2. The ones who stay learn to treat sleep like a rumor. Age 26. Associate. 2 years survived. An MBA behind you. $240,000 in new debt. And a total comp package of $250,000 that somehow still feels like standing still. Your partner calls you at the office at 11 p.m. You said after the analyst years it gets better. It's been 4 years. When does it get better? You don't answer. Not because you're busy, because you stopped believing there was an answer to give. Age 30. Vice President. Comp, $450,000. Now you supervise the same brutal hours you once survived while still producing your own work at the same volume. You're the sandwich, squeezed from above and below. One Tuesday, chest tightening, you're in an ER at 1 a.m. The doctor reads your chart twice. Your heart is functioning like a man 20 years older than you. Whatever you're doing, it's already costing you something money can't buy back. You go back to the office the next morning. You tell no one. Age 34. Director, sometimes called Senior Vice President. Comp, $750,000. Here the ladder turns political. It's up or out, prove you can originate real revenue within 18 months, or get cut regardless of what you've already survived. Your daughter FaceTimes you from an airport lounge in Frankfurt. Daddy, when are you coming home? Soon, baby. You both know it's a lie. She's 4. She'll remember the lie longer than the trip. If you've made it this far in the video, you've made it further than most analysts make it in the actual job. So go ahead and subscribe, because it gets darker from here. Age 39. Managing Director. Total comp, $1.8 million. Net worth crossing $6 million. This is the level people picture when they picture success, and it's the level where the model quietly flips. You no longer get paid for effort. You get paid for what you originate. Eat what you kill, or be cut regardless of your history. Your spouse says it plainly, over a dinner you almost missed. I married a person. I don't know if he's still in there. You don't have a rebuttal. You're not sure you disagree. Age 47. Partner, or Senior Managing Director. Comp, roughly $8 million a year. Net worth, $45 million. The title finally sounds permanent. It isn't. Partnership gets reviewed every 2 years, and every colleague in the room is a possible replacement for you. You stop attending your son's graduation for a client emergency, only to learn months later the emergency was manufactured by a rival, testing whether you'd flinch. A mentor tells you the truth over scotch. You think you made it. You made it to the room where everyone is trying to take your seat. Age 58, vice chairman. Net worth, $340 million. 3 marriages ended. 2 adult children who screen your calls. And tonight, a hospital bed, a Bloomberg terminal, and a board vote in 4 hours that could end everything the same way it started, with someone else's decision. Here's what the cold open didn't tell you. The vote isn't about your performance. It's being forced by an activist fund holding a 4% stake, run by a 34-year-old who was your analyst 17 years ago, the same one who missed a sister's wedding formatting your pitch book. They didn't burn out. They walked out, on their own terms, at year 3, and built something that answers to no one above them. Tonight, they're the one deciding your fate, not because they beat you at the game, because they stopped playing it before it could cost them what it cost you. That's the real price of every level in this industry. It was never the money. The money was always real, and it was always paid on time. The price was the wager, that the time you sold cheap at 22 would someday buy something back at 58. It doesn't. There is no level where the ceiling disappears. There is no title that stops someone else from holding a vote over your future. The ladder doesn't end. It just changes who's climbing it beneath you, and eventually one of them owns the rope. So here's the real question this video was always asking. Not, how high can you climb, but which level would you have walked away at, and what would it have cost you to stay past it? Tell us the number in the comments. Next episode, the 7 levels of big law, where the billable hour isn't just how they pay you, it's how they own you.